Man, why do we even get these? Yo, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to teach you 5 tricks you can do with a double backer. So as you may know, most decks these days come with a double backer, and normally we just toss them out because, well, we don't know what to do with them. Until today, so buckle up because it's going to be a pretty good video. I don't know why I just said buckle up, that's such a cringe word to say. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's just say for this trick, we have 2 people helping us out, alright? So normally what I would do is have them each just take a card out like this from a spread, but today I'm going to be extra fair, alright? So what I'll have them do is just cut to a couple of cards, alright? So let's just say the first person cuts right here, and we can take a look at all the cards they could have had, but the card that they cut to, we'll put it right there, alright? So the second person does the same exact thing. They can cut anywhere. And again, we'll take a look at all the cards they could have had, all different, all shuffled, but we'll put the card they cut to right there, alright? So even though the deck was shuffled, they could have cut anywhere to any cards. It may have been not so random as you think, because here we have the Queen of Spades and the 8 of Hearts. Inside of this box, I have one little business card, and on it, I wrote the Queen of Spades and the 8 of Hearts. Alright, so this trick is called Clean Cut Coincidence by Nick Trost. Now normally these 2 cards would be mates and you'd just be doing it for one person, and you can do that, which is still a good trick, but I've changed the presentation to sort of a 2-person prediction card trick. So what you'll need is obviously a double backer, and you'll put your 2 prediction cards face up on top of the deck and your double backer on top of those face up cards. Next, just write your predictions on a piece of paper and put it away in a card box, and you are ready to go. Or in your pocket, whatever you want to do. So this is essentially the 203rd force, or the addition to the cursed force done twice in a row. It's kind of like the cut deeper force, but using the double backer and a face up card, and mix it cleaner to where you can just do the cut once. Alright, so you have the first person cut anywhere in the deck and turn this packet face up on the top of the lower half. And you can spread through and be like, look, you could have cut it to any one of these cards, and the first face down card you come to will be one of the prediction cards, so you just set that there. Now, when you turn these over, what you need to do is get a break on top of these 2 cards, which is the double backer and the other prediction card. So get a break under those, and then turn everything above the break face down, so you've just reset your cards here. Now you just have the other person do it. They cut anywhere, and again you say, look, you could have had any one of these cards, but the card you cut we'll put right there. And look how clean that is. What you've done here is just force both of the prediction cards, the Queen of Spades and the 8 of Hearts. So all you got to do now is take the prediction out and prove that you are indeed a true savage. Here's sort of not really a variation. I was going to include this in the 5 tricks, but I'll just include this as a variation of this trick because there's kind of the same premise. 2 predictions are made, alright? So for this, we'll need as a joker, and what you want to do is put the joker reverse between the 2 reverse cards like this, and have that on top of the deck. Just like so, and run a couple of cards, maybe 3 or 4 on top of those. And next, put the double backer anywhere in the middle, and you're ready to go. So again, the situation is that you have this set up on top with the reverse joker and the 2 prediction cards sandwiched like that, and then the double backer is just somewhere in the middle. Put this in a safe spot like the card box or in your pocket, and now what you're going to do is have them do the shuffled OC cut, alright? So say, look, we need a completely shuffled deck, so take about a third and put them on the table, shuffle the rest, put them next to it, shuffle the rest, put those next to it. Now look, what you're going to do is just stack these up the same way they were put down, just like this. So the deck looks like, and it feels like it was shuffled and cut, but you maintain that the top stock there. Now what you do here is you pick the deck up and you see that you'll take out the joker, but actually you take out the double backer, right? So you spread through, and then you see, I'm going to take out the joker and I'll put it right there. But that's really the double backer, which you put right there, but don't show the face, obviously. Alright, so what you do is put the deck face up, and you hand them what they think is the joker, and you say, look, just slide that joker somewhere in the middle, face down, alright? So they do that, which is really the double backer. They put it maybe right there, they slide it in, alright? So don't have them cut, don't have them do anything, just have them slide it in like this. Say, do me a favor, just slide that joker in somewhere face up to the deck like this, and turn the deck face down. Now, what you need to do is centralize that setup. So say, look, just to make it even more random, give the deck a cut and complete the cut. Alright, so they do that just like this. Now you recap what has happened and say, look, you gave the deck a few cuts and shuffled the deck. You could have slid that Joker in anywhere, and then you gave it one more cut just to make everything completely random. Then you spread the deck, and now they see for the first time that face-up Joker, which they assume is the one they just slid in, which is very nice, alright? So you say, look, over here I have a little prediction card, and it says the Queen of Spades and the Eight of Hearts. Let's see where you put that Joker. I mean, you shuffle the deck, you cut anywhere, you could have put it anywhere. Let's see how random you got. And it's the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Spades and the Eight of Hearts, just like you predicted. So I want to show you something pretty cool. I mean, there's many things you can do with it, but I'll show you the coolest thing you can do with this. It was taught to me by an old gambler who used to cheat everybody and used to do crazy sleight of hand stuff. All right, so here's what we'll do. We'll take the aces, and whenever I do this, people always want to see the backs of the cards, so I can show you that all 4 aces are indeed normal. But all I gotta do is wave the aces over the deck like this, and all of a sudden, with a snap, you get 3 aces. And I'll do it one more time. Alright, so all I gotta do is take the 3 aces, wave them over the pack like this, and all of a sudden, with a snap, you get 2 aces. I'll do it one more time. Alright, so 2 aces, just a snap, you can get 1 ace. Pretty cool, right? With this final ace, the technique I was talking about, it's called palming, and if you palm the ace off just like this, it looks like it's gone, but this hand position is kind of weird, especially if you have small hands. So a way to get rid of that is just to do this. Just wiggle your fingers like this, and all of a sudden that final ace is gone. Alright, so for this ace vanish, man, I love this. It's so visual and so cool. And what you need for this is obviously the 4 aces with the double backer right below them. So just like this, you have the aces and the double backer right there on top. Now what you do is when you show the aces like this, you can say, oh, some people, whenever I do this, they always want to see the backs of the cards. So as you're saying that, you just get a break on that top double backer there and turn all 5 cards over just like this. And then you can see they're all just normal aces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you turn these aces over, that's going to be a double backer, right? So that top card is a double backer. So when you turn these 4 cards over, it's going to look like when the aces vanished because of the double backer. All right, so you just repeat this a few more times. Right, once again, you're going to break out that top card, which is the double backer, and then you turn all 4 cards over like this. Now you say, look, do it one more time to take the 3 top cards, which I think are aces, wave them over. Now again, the double backer is going to be right there, so when you turn it over, it's going to look like when the aces is gone, and you have 2 aces. Now you just repeat this again, get a break on top of the double backer, turn all 3 cards over, look, wave the 2 cards over, and then 1 ace disappears, which is leaving you with 1 ace. Now you get into the face-up 10 vanish. You say the last ace is always the hardest. Now what you're going to do is Ken Corzel's face-up 10 vanish. I've taught it before, but it's such a great one. We'll teach it here again. Alright, so you mime when doing it the first time. Well, you actually do it the first time. What you're going to do is sort of clip the card in the fork of your hand like this between your thumb and your index finger, just like this. And then you say, look, to get rid of the last one, you normally palm the card off just like this. And then you say, well, sometimes it can be seen because if you have small hands or if you're unnatural with it, they'll notice it. So you're just talking about this and you're doing that for real the first time. Now when you do it the second time, this is what really happens. You do the clip again like this, but this time you just sort of let your thumb, it sort of happens by itself, alright? So you take that like this, it's going to flip over like this, which you pin that down with your thumb, coming away with what they think is the card, and then it's gone. So from here, you're like this, they think it's palmed, it's really gone. Once again, you just do this, and it just does it naturally, come away with what they think is a palmed card, and then you win clean. Alright, so for this trick, we have 2 decks of cards, and we can ask the participant which deck they want to use as the prediction deck of cards. So let's say they choose this one to use as the prediction, but that could have been a free choice, alright? So what they do now is they take this deck, and they can take them out, and what they're going to do is give them a good shuffle, and just take out any card they want to as a mystery card, alright? Nobody will see it yet, and just take out one card face down as a prediction, or as a mystery card. Alright, so let's just say it's that one right there. They can be put away. And since we chose this one as the prediction, we can show you that we actually have a prediction inside in the form of a face down card. Alright, so as you can see, all the cards are the same way, besides one card in the middle face down, and you could have taken out any card, but this face down card is actually the 8 of Hearts. You could have shuffled this deck, you could have chosen any deck of cards you wanted to use, and you chose this card right here. Wouldn't it be crazy? I mean, imagine a scenario where these cards actually matched. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, it is the 8 of Hearts. Alright, so to be honest with you, I created this card trick just for this video, alright? So I wanted to give you guys something special, and this is what I came up with, alright? So what you need for this is a marked deck of cards, so any marked deck will work, and then we'll go right there. Now what you need for the other deck is just a double backer anywhere in the middle like that, and you're ready to go. Alright, so to present this, what you want to do is have both decks out on the table like this, and you ask them which deck they want to use as the prediction deck, alright? So it doesn't matter what they say if they want to use this as the prediction. I mean, that could mean anything, alright? So if they choose this one, perfect, we'll use that one and we'll keep this aside. If they choose this as a prediction deck, say perfect, we'll keep that to the side and we'll use this deck here. So it's just about giving them an additional choice in the matter. Doesn't matter what they say, they're always going to use this marked deck of cards, alright? Now what you do is you have them open the deck and take the cards out and say like, what we need is just a mystery card, alright? So you ask them to give them a shuffle, just like this, and you ask them to put just any card face down as a mystery card, alright? So they can really do anything, alright? So what you do is as soon as they put the card down, you just read the marking, and I know that this is the 4 of diamonds because of the mark, alright? So that goes aside, and you can put the rest of the cards inside of the box and put them aside. So now we need to make it appear as though the face down card in this deck is the 4 of diamonds. How do we do that? Well, it's a switch that I think I came up with just for this trick, alright? So you take these cards out and you say, look, this is the prediction deck, so inside is the prediction. Now what you're going to do is say, look, all the cards are facing the same way besides one card in the middle of the deck, which is face down. Now what you're really doing is looking for the card in which you've read the marking on, in this case the 4 of diamonds, alright? So you spread through and you're looking for it, and it's not in this half, so you just upjog it. Either way, you just upjog it, alright? So you're looking for the 4 of diamonds, you don't see it yet, you come to the face down card, you upjog it. And you keep spreading through, looking for the 4 of diamonds, and you see it's right there. So what you need to do is cull it to the top of the deck, alright? So as soon as you see it, you just cull it to the top, just like this. Now you keep them in a loose spread, so you have this sort of configuration right here, where it's a spread deck, but the cold card is still right here, if that makes any sense. In other words, you don't square up the deck yet, you just keep the cold card right there so where it's accessible. Now for the switch, all you gotta do is take the double backer out like this and put it supposedly on top of the deck like this, but what you're really doing is putting that double backer right below that cold card, just like this. Alright, so once again, you take the double backer out and you say, look, that could have been any card, as you put that right there, and then that just goes below the double backer. Now what you're going to do is turn the whole deck over and then just sort of pop that cold card, the 4 diamonds, off the deck like this, making everything look as it should, really. It's a little discrepant, but I mean, we do love discrepant moves in this channel, so it's all good, alright? So as the 4 of diamonds, so you say, look, you could have taken out any card. I mean, you shuffle the deck. I mean, you did everything. So let's see what the card is for the first time. Wow, it's the 4 of diamonds. Alright, so let's run through that one more time. Alright, so we have the 4 of diamonds right around here, and we have the double backer in the middle. Alright, so we know it's the 4 of diamonds that we're looking for, so we take this deck out, and we're scanning through looking for the 4 of diamonds. We see it right there, we cull it. Alright, as soon as we get to the double backer, we just upjog it, and then say there's only one card reversed in the whole deck, and then don't close the deck up yet because you need to keep that card right there so you can access it as you take the double backer out, put it supposedly on top. It really goes under the cold card. Now what you need to do is turn the whole deck over, and it gets squared up as you turn over on these fingers, alright? So as you turn over, just sort of do this, and that pops right off the deck, making it look like that reverse card is the 4 of diamonds, and then you end with the trick like this. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey! Alright, so normally in a card trick I would have somebody just pick a card like this, but let's just be extra for this time, and then we'll have them just think of a card, alright? So we'll take about a dozen cards, and they'll just think of one of them, alright? So very important, just focus on one card and ignore the other ones, alright? So I'll show you a few cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure they got one by now, but there's no way that I could possibly know which one of these cards they thought of. But just in case you think I'm going to do something to them, we'll go ahead and cover it with a card box, or that could be their hand. All right. So what I'll do next is take some more cards, another 6 cards from about the middle of the deck. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and just random cards. And what we'll do is we'll put them right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what we'll do is just have you focus on your card, the one you're just thinking of, and what we'll do is just make it turn into vapor like this, and put it right over here in that 6 card packet, just like that. All right. So for the first time, this sounds crazy. This seems ridiculous, but what was the card you're just thinking of? The 7 of Spades. As you can see, the 7 of Spades is no longer in this packet. There's no 7 of Spades. That's only 5 cards. Over here, the card you're just thinking of is the 7 of Spades. Alright, so this is Edward G. Brown's version of the card across, or the wandering card, but I've added a little touch to it with the double backer that makes the switch that happens a lot more clean. So what we have here is a packet of cards. Over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards from top down. The 5 of diamonds, 3 of clubs, 4 of hearts, 7 of spades, 6 of diamonds, 8 of clubs. Now over here we have 5 cards, and these 5 cards sort of match these cards over here. You want to avoid using court cards and aces because they sort of stand out more, but you want to have these cards be similar, to these cards over here, to where they sort of look alike. All right. You can use mates if you want to, but it really doesn't matter. Just as long as they sort of look alike, they're all just spot cards, alright? Alright, so this double backer is what separates the 2 groups of cards. So these will go face down. Now what we want to do is put a downward crimp in these cards like this, alright? So you can see on the inner side, you're just crimping those cards downward. And on the deck, you want to crimp the inner side upward, just like this. So you have an upward crimp. And on the packet of cards, you have a downward crimp, so you can see from the front, you can't really see anything, but from the back, you have a very nice crimp to where you can pick it up very easily if you need to, which you will need to. Alright, so to present this, you say, look, normally I would just have you pick a card, but I want to be extra fair this time, and I'm just going to show you a few cards, maybe a dozen or so, and you'll just think of one. And it's important to tell them to just focus on one card and ignore the other ones, alright? So what's going to happen is you're going to show them just 5 cards, but you're going to put down 6, alright? So what I mean by that is you're going to show them the 5 cards one by one. You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when you take the 6th card off, you say, look, you say 5, 6. Have you thought of one yet? And you're saying that and gesturing with the 6th card as you ask them that, and they'll think of one at that point. All right. So what you're gonna do is take this card. Don't show it. It's the 8 of clubs. All right. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna scoop these up like this and put that 6th card on the bottom, and put all these face down on top. Now, at this point, you're going to just lift up at the crimp and say, look, you're just thinking of any one of these cards, and really, you're turning over the whole block. All right, all of these cards. So you lift up at the crimp. You see, you're just thinking of any one of these cards. There's no way I could know what card that is. All right, so what's going to happen is they think they're going to put down all 6 cards. What really happens is you put down 5 cards, and they just spread these in a tight group like this, not really showing them the cards, not really drawing any attention to what they are. So you're just thinking of one of these. There's no way that I could know what that card is, so just turn those face down and have them put their hand on top of it. At this point, the group of cards they've just seen is actually face up right here, all right, with the double backer directly on top of them. Now what's going to happen is you're going to lift up at the crimp just like this to get a break below these cards, all right, below all these face down cards. Now here, if you have trouble getting that break, all you gotta do is say, we'll take about half the deck, and then all you gotta do is just look for it or riffle up until you see that first face down card. It's very easy because it's justified getting about half the deck, all right? So we'll take another 6 cards from about the middle of the deck, and this is supposedly half the deck. Really, it's just that group of cards that's face up. So you say, look, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more cards. And now you just put these back on top, keeping a break below them. Now you're going to switch these random cards for the cards they've just seen like this. It's the same thing. Pick these up, turn them face up on top of the deck like this. Say, look, we'll take these random cards just like this. We'll turn them face down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now at this point, all these cards are possible cards they're thinking of because of that switch. So put the deck aside, and now it's presentation time. Say, for the first time, what was the card you were just thinking of? Let's just say they name the 4 of hearts, alright? So imagine your 4 of hearts turning into just vapor as I do with this, bring it over here and snap my fingers. All of a sudden I have over here 6 cards, and under your hand you should only have 5 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they can check them out if they want to, because they're not going to see that 4 of hearts. And then over here, just do this, take up jog that 4 of hearts, and then put it right there. And you don't have to show these. It's best not to show them actually, because you don't need to. They don't need, the spectator doesn't need to see these cards. So all you do is put these face down over here, and the trick is done. Everything is how it should be. This is just a wonderful trick to do in any close-up or parlor situation, and it just kills every time. And trust me, don't be worried about the difference in the cards, because they never notice. They just don't notice, because when you say focus on one card and ignore the others, that's what they're doing. Trust me, this kills, and I've never been caught out on this effect in terms of the cards are different at the end. So have fun with it, and I hope you like it. Alright, so for this trick, the participant can shuffle the deck as much as they want to. Now, what's going to happen here is a series of tests of intuition, alright? So what I'm going to do is take out a card. I'll just take out this card right here. And what they're going to do is trying to guess what this card is, alright? So let's say they say it's the 5 of hearts, alright? So what I'll do, just so we can keep track, because we're going to do it 3 times, I'll take out the 5 of diamonds to use as sort of a marker or a reminder of the cards that you are naming, alright? So the card, in this case, you think it's the 5 of hearts, so I'll put down the 5 of diamonds so we can remember it, alright? So again, we'll take out another card. This time we'll take out a black card, alright? So we'll take out this card maybe right here, and all you gotta do is guess what this black card is. Maybe they say the Ace of Spades, alright? So again, I'll take out the Ace of Clubs so we can remember what our card is, alright? So again, we'll try it one more time. This time another red card. Let's see, maybe this one right over here. Nope, I think you'll get this one for sure, alright? So for the first time, what do you think this red card is? Maybe they say the King of Hearts, alright? So we'll put the King of Diamonds. Hold on a second, we'll put the King of Diamonds over here so that way we can remember what our cards are. Alright, so King of Diamonds, there it is right there. Alright, so let's recap. Remember, you shuffle the deck, and then I put down all these cards first, and all you did was trying to guess what these cards are. So the King of Diamonds, you really think that this card is the King of Hearts, and you really think that this card is the Ace of Spades, and you really believe that this card is the 5 of Hearts, alright? So for the first time, you can see that we actually have the King of Hearts, the Ace of Spades, and the 5 of Hearts, and that is a perfect match. And then you are indeed a true, I don't know what you are, but it's pretty cool. Alright, so to do this, it's very, very simple, alright? All you gotta do is have a double backer anywhere in the deck, and then you just have them shuffle it up as much as they want to. Now, you're gonna just present this as an intuition sort of game. And then when you take the deck back, what you're going to do is look for the double backer and put it on the table. That's it. So this trick relies solely on the one head principle, alright? So you say, look, I'm going to take out a card, and then you're going to guess what it is, alright? So all I'm doing here is taking out the double backer and putting it right here, and then you ask them to guess what they think this card is. And let's say they name the 5 of diamonds, alright? So say, look, just so we can keep track and remember what these cards are that you're naming, we'll put the mate to it right here just as a marker, alright? So what you're actually doing is taking out the 5 of diamonds like this, and then you move on to the next step. Now the next card you take out for them to guess will be the first one they guess, in this case the 5 of hearts. So you spread through, and you just take out the 5 of hearts. So this time we'll make it a black card, alright? So all I'm doing here is taking out the 5 of hearts, the card they just named, and putting it right here. And then you ask them, this is a black card, which card do you think that is? And let's say they named the 3 of spades, alright? So you spread through, and then you take out the 3 of clubs, in this case the mate to the card they just named, alright? So now for the third one, you just take out the card they named there. So in this case you just take out the 3 of spades. How about another red card? You put it there. There's really the 3 of spades, the card they just named. You put it face down right there. So in this case they named maybe the Queen of Hearts, alright? So you spread through. Now this time what you need to do is when you see the Queen of Hearts, you cut it right to the top of the deck, alright? So you just go right past the Queen of Diamonds, you see the Queen of Hearts, you cut it to the top. As if it's like a mistake or something, alright? Like you can't find the Queen of Diamonds, alright? So you cut that Queen of Hearts to the top. Oh, wait a second, you say. The Queen of Diamonds, we'll put it right there, just so we can remember the card that you named, the Queen of Diamonds, alright? So that's all it is. Now you turn the deck face down and you have this Queen of Hearts, the card they just named, on top of the deck, alright? So you just recap. You say, look, you shuffle the deck, and I put these cards down first, and all you did was try and guess what they are. And you said you think this card is the Queen of Hearts, so it's always the last card you put down that you pick up first, alright? So you really think this card is the Queen of Hearts, you really think that this card is the 3 of spades, and you really believe that this card is the 5 of hearts. So for the first time, let's see how you did. Now all you're going to do here is get a break on that top card, which is the Queen of Hearts, and then put these 3 cards on top, get a break under all 4, and then turn over all the cards. And look at this. When you turn them over, they match. Look, we have the Queen of Hearts, the 3 of spades, and the 5 of hearts, a perfect match. And then you are a true genius. I don't know what you say there. Alright guys, before I let you go, I just want to say that I still have some copies of Beyond Fantasy available, as well as some slots in my Patreon available as well. Details down below if you're interested in either one of those. Alright guys, so I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I really hope that next time you open a deck of cards and you see this double backer, you'll remember my video and you'll be inspired to do one of these amazing tricks that you learned today. And yeah. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.